Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Peter Londa. He is the president and CEO of Tantalus Systems. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is GRID on the TSX, and Tantalus will be presenting at our upcoming in-person investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase Vancouver, happening September 6th to 7th, 2023 at the Fairmont Waterfront, Vancouver. For more information, sign up, meet Peter in a one-on-one or see his presentation, please go to planetmicrocapshowcase.com. We've done a number of interviews now in the last, year and change and stuff like that. So, but before we get into updates, everything like that, can you give our audience a quick overview of the company?
Sure. We're a technology company that sells solutions to electric utility companies across the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean Basin. Our solutions are helping the utilities modernize and digitize the distribution grid, which means everything from the substation down to the meter on people's homes and businesses. And as part of our capabilities, we are helping utilities prepare for the onslaught and impact of electric vehicles and those charging stations, rooftop solar and power walls inside homes and buildings through inverters, and understanding how these new devices impact existing assets like transformers, and providing the utility with the tools and the data and the analytics to ultimately be proactive in how they better manage the grid.
Very good. All right. So last time we did an interview together, we published that on March 28, 2023. So let's get that update. What would you say are some of the company's highlights in the last 4 months or so?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. So we just released our Q2 earnings earlier this week, and fortunately had an incredibly strong quarter for Tantalus. Within the quarter, we report on a calendar year basis. So Q2 is ending June 30th. Within the quarter, we delivered in US dollars $11.2 million of revenue, which was the highest level of revenue that we've ever generated in a Q2 period. We delivered the highest gross profit margin percentage for a quarter in our company's history at 56%. And we delivered positive adjusted EBITDA of just under $300,000. When we look at what the Q2 results are, coupled with record results that we delivered in Q1, we've set a new milestone in our company's history for revenue generated in the first 6 months of a calendar year, at just around $22 million US dollars. And we shared some good news on the continued progress with utilities. Through the first 6 months, we've added 12 new utilities to our user community, which now stands at 283 utilities adopting our technology. And we've set a record in terms of orders converted out of our pipeline for the first 6 months of a calendar year at almost $23 million. So a little bit over our revenue profile. So book to bill is greater than 1 to 1. And Robert, we're just continuing to make good progress.
Absolutely. So what in your opinion explains the growth that you've seen in this first half of 2023?
Yeah, so a couple of things. As utilities really respond to an increasing number of extreme weather events, unfortunately, and try to fortify assets that have been in the ground or in the field for an extended period of time, they are increasingly focused on accessing the right data at the right time for the right systems that they manage. And we're, I think, unique in our approach on how we access data at the edge of the grid, how we analyze and evaluate that data for utilities, and how we turn that data into actionable insights so they can be much more proactive in the way they evaluate their system plans, try to drive energy efficiency initiatives, how to support decarbonization efforts, how to protect their own workforce. And so I think, we've been talking quite a bit as an organization about the power of data, and specifically the data of the power that's being delivered by utilities. And we do a very good job at really accessing, analyzing, and turning that data into insights for the utility to improve their control of the grid. And so that's what's driving it. I'd say incremental to that, for those that follow the electric utility industry here in the United States. There is among the largest stimulus package in the United States government's history allocated to the electric utility industry, all of which is tied to improving grid resiliency and grid efficiency. And so within that, we've got an increasing number of utilities that are actively pursuing stimulus dollars. And where we are gaining significant traction is with respect to a new device and a new solution that we've been pretty vocal about. It's called the TrueSense Gateway. It is a first to market opportunity for utilities to not only gain granular data at the edge of the grid from a meter and a meter socket, but more importantly, being able to go behind the meter and directly connect to and understand the impact of an EV charger, an inverter for solar or storage, and water heaters and other types of smart appliances that are increasingly being adopted by consumers and landlords and property managers. And so it's the combination of, I think, the way we skin the cat of the devices we put in the field, the data that we can capture, and the way in which we analyze that data that's driving the growth.
Very good. All right. So to close us out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of 2023 going into 2024?
Sure. So investors should be on the lookout for continued progress towards the commercialization of our TrueSense Gateway. It's our new solution offering. We've shared on our earnings call that we anticipate activating field trials here later Q3 and into Q4. So that's one key catalyst. Second catalyst is replicating a large software license with an extremely large investor-owned utility in the U.S. That's leveraging our software platform now to really integrate data and make that data interoperable across multiple systems, and our ability to continue to convert new utilities to adopt our technology and join our user community. And when folks ask for differentiation from a technical perspective, for those that may not be that technical, just look at the adoption rate across the utilities and the number of utilities we add each year. It's an indication that our technology is pretty differentiated and hence, right, more utilities adopting it. So I think those are some key drivers and some key announcements for investors to hold on to or be looking for from us for the balance of the year.
Very good. All right. So with that, Peter, where can our audience go find more information on Tantalus?
Sure. So we have a pretty comprehensive investor landing page on our website, which is tantalus.com. So www.tantalus.com. And within that investor landing page, you'll find our latest quarterly results, all of our financial information, the rationale as to where we think we provide a compelling investment thesis, especially at today's current valuation relative to financial performance. And then we have 4 research analysts that are covering our stock today out of Canada, since we're listed on the TSX, and those 4 research analysts are also included on our investor landing page at tantalus.com.
Very good. Well, Peter,
and I'd say lastly, Bobby, if people really want to learn more, come to Planet MicroCap and come see me.
There we go.
There you have it.
You know what? I'm gonna let you conduct these from now on.
There you go.
Peter, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe, and I'll see you in Vancouver.
Look forward to it. Thanks.
Thank you.